Nick! What are we doing?
It's time! Let's get ready to rumble!
That was too loud.
Who's sucking whose cock?
Classic
rumble,
dude.
yeah.
Classic hangout.
That's a rumble in the jungle.
Jordan say anything to you? What are we doing?
Right, Jordan hasn't said shit to me. Jordan hasn't said shit to me. Shane said one thing to me. That was it.
I want to go bar hopping and spend all of my money. Ryan just said, you fools still at mods.
No, we're not. But tell him I have a $20,000 credit limit that says I will be.
That says we're going
Dude. Oh, dude. So I have a $20,000. They're like, hey, you know how you don't pay your credit card? Don't worry. We're going to give you $20,000. Above and beyond that, I have a line of credit, which is separate from my credit card for like $12,000. So if I just don't want to work for the next year, I'm just going to line up all these bills and then kill myself.
That's a good way to look at it.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Last year of freedom? Are you serious? Freedom's free.
But also, what you should be doing is putting Kylie's name on these credit cards. So that way, you know, you're scot-free. And you're done. You're out.
I didn't realize you weren't allowed to just fill out every credit card as scot-free. That's been my name on every credit card ever. I am scot-free. I've been scot-free for a decade now. I don't know what you're talking about.
First name Scott,
last name free. Could you imagine using a credit card? Hey, can you just sign scot-free?
What's your limit on your credit card? Don't matter.
Never checked.
Scot-free, dude.
Spencer, you're asking Visa or MasterCard? Or Scot-free's got a couple different accounts.
Sky's the limit, baby.
That's my new rapper name, Scot-free.
We're going downtown. I'm going to keep saying that. We're going to lose our wasted. Nick's going to lose his wallet. He's going to lose his mind. He's going to lose his balls.
That would be so fucking funny to have a credit card named in Scott. Okay, can I say Scot-free?
You know, there's 100%, like if you went on Facebook and you Googled Scot-free.
Oh, it's definitely a person.
There's 100% a person named Scot-free.
Out of billions of people, one person is named Scot-free.
So what are the chances of that guy being clever enough to use that in every given circumstance that he can?
No, I thought of it first, and my name's not even Scot-free, so I get first claim to Scot-free.
Or does he hate it? You're like, oh, you're good off Scot-free. He's like, shut the fuck up.
It makes me think of like the person who you're like, hey, we gave you a phone number. Thanks for buying first house. It's 8675309. You're like, I don't want the Jenny number. And they're like,
it's
no,
877.
No, 867.
87669. Cash now, J.G. Wentworth.
877 cash now. Sorry,
you fucked me up.
Sorry,
I know. It's like, wait a second, is it that?
No, you gotta be. I was thinking the fucking Jenny, who do I turn to? 8675309.
I was doing a callback to the J.G. Wentworth.
No, dude,
Come on, get your head out of your.
I was going to the one where they're talking about calling the girl's number on the fucking bathroom.
8679309.
Jenny, who do I turn to? And he's sitting and looking at the fucking bathroom wall. Oh, it says call for a good time.
Is that what it is?
8675309. 8675309.
Alright, you take your phone. You call that number. I'll take my phone. I'll call that.
No, dude, there was a story about someone like in the 80s was getting harassed by. He had that number. They made the song and someone had the number.
Nick, something on this podcast. I'm gonna call 250 because that's our. Shouldn't say that. 86. What's the thing? I'm gonna call it.
Hold on.
I'm gonna call it.
Just can you put your address and also your credit card number while you're in there?
86759.
No, 8675309.
5309.
86.
Okay, I'm calling it.
E1. Your call cannot be completed
To
as
Kelowna.
dialed.
Well, guess what? It can't be completed as dialed.
I just look up the fucking number and then it goes /Jenny to a song. Tommy Two-Tone, baby.
Well, you ruined it. Call them.
Jenny, who do I turn to?
Nick loves babies. Nick loves little infant human beings. So
8675309. Call that number to get raped.
People are going to be hitting up the phones after that comment. I think people are into that.
I'm not promising who's going to rape who. I'm just saying if
you're into
feeling
that.
some type of way,
if you're into
call
that kind
this
of
line.
thing, guess what?
Call this line.
Guess we got a number for you.
We got a stinky number for you, baby.
Yeah. What did Shane say?
8675309. Nah, he didn't say shit, dude. He hasn't picked up his phone since I told him he's gonna get raped. I don't know why. I don't know why he wouldn't.
Wait, you gave him the number, right? You gave him the rape number? What an actual fool. Absolute buffoon.
I'm sending this number all over the world now. 8675309.
It's a Metallica song, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, I remember when the Beatles wrote that for Metallica.
John.
No, this is Yoko wrote that.
No, the Beatles existed before telephones, so that never happened.
No, Yoko created the telephone. Remember?
Oh right, she went.
No, she cracked the first egg, and then it was Yoko Telefono.
That didn't happen. I love the Bare Naked Ladies, even their song "You Could Be My Yoko Ono."
Yahoo!
Yeah, my dad fucking hates the Bare Naked Ladies, and I
Really?
don't get it. They're like one of my favorite bands.
I love the Bare Naked Ladies.
Me too. I was just.
But also, they're one of my favorite bands to be. If you go traveling abroad and like, what's a Canadian band, and you don't want to give us.
You told me about this because you were yeah.
Because in my brain, I was like, oh, there's like a more like Bachman Turner, like
you
fucking.
think Tragically Hip.
Yeah, you think of like you know, a band that's the Guess Who was the one who I showed to some. Yeah. But having looked back and having shown another song. Dude,
they're the most like wholehearted like
Canadian.
Yeah.
If you show someone If I Had $1 Million who had never heard it before,
exactly what I was
and they're like, "That's a Canadian song," you'd be like, "That's like a super Canadian."
Well, that is.
Song.
It's like it encapsulates the like spirit of like, oh, you're a nice Canadian up north, eh?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, If I Had $1 Million,
yeah,
that is like the most Canadian song you can fucking.
It's up there. It is definitely up there.
Tragically Hip is like
very Canadian too.
One of those bands, yeah, that you just because half of their fucking discography is about like Canadian history.
No, I know. It's like they deserve to. They fucking deserve to be in.
And they rock. I mean,
no, they're great.
I love the Tragically
Hip too. I'd say I really like the Tragically Hip. I don't know if I love them. I really like the Tragically Hip, but I wouldn't say that in my free time of listening to music, I go out of my way to listen to them nearly as much as other artists. But I really like them. Mm-hmm. Whereas I listen to Bare Naked Ladies much more than I listen to the Tragically Hip myself.
Yeah, for sure.
You know who I listened
Ladies at one point in my life was like one of my favorite
top 3, 4 favorite bands.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Now, obviously, times have changed, but like.
Grown up and they're babies, and
now they just rape babies.
Stephen Page is
my favorite. He's
still
the best.
One of the greatest, but I think
he's got the voice of an angel.
He's a little baby boy.
Thank God he did so much cocaine.
For real.
No, dude, my favorite Canadian band other than the Bare Naked Ladies is
Rush.
No. Kind of hilariously funny that you said Rush, but no. I can't believe I can't think about them right now. God damn it.
Wow, Nick, is your favorite Canadian band?
I know, and I just had them on. Well, I had them on my brain, and now all I can think of is "Lovers in a Dangerous Time" by Bare Naked Ladies, which is not what I want to be thinking about.
It's not even an original song.
I know that, but it's a great version.
You don't know. You don't know. You don't know nothing.
What hasn't hit me yet? What's hit me yet?
What hasn't hit?
It's the Blue Rodeo. Sorry, Blue Rodeo is the Canadian band that I grew up listening to. That I was like, oh, it's actually a good Canadian.
Yeah, they won $1 million of their Junos. I was gonna say Grammys, but it's like, no, what's the Canadian equivalent? The Juno Awards.
I don't ever listen to any of that shit.
Me neither, but
like there was actually like some good Canadian music that was like before my time.
You know what was an interesting Juno Awards ceremony was the Bare Naked Ladies being inducted into like the Canadian Hall of Fame or whatever, and because Stephen Page hadn't talked to
the other.
Whatever his fucking name is.
Yeah, the Mexican looking guy that was the other singer.
Mexican, I don't know if he's Mexican, but either the other singer and the rest of the band. Well, the whole rest of the band.
Sure, but like the other singer's the guy with slightly like more tanned skin. Like Stephen Page is white as fuck, and like the other guy looked.
Sure, I guess.
Okay, maybe I
But,
just thought he looked
but
nice
either
in
way,
it.
they didn't talk at all for like 10 years. And the night of the award ceremony, they both had their own separate dressing rooms. Like there was the Bare Naked Ladies band, and then there was Stephen Page. And they went on stage, and you could see the interviews before and after. And like the whole thing was like, the stage performance was fantastic. It was like exactly like
professional.
They didn't miss a beat. Exactly. And that's even what they said. It was like the chemistry was still there. Everything was still there. But they still...
the animosity
refused to even see each other.
Or even interview together.
Exactly. Or interview together. Which is fucking whack. And it's like, like... I mean, I put the Bare Naked Ladies into this high regard that I don't think a lot of other people will, but like Stephen Page and what's his name, Ed something, I don't even remember his name, but I do put them on like somewhat the same regard as like Lennon and McCartney. When you get like two really good songwriters who fully understand the fundamentals of songwriting, and yeah, they're just like basic 3-chord songs, but like they're really fucking good.
They are, and
then you tear that dynamic apart, and you don't have the Bare Naked Ladies anymore.
No, and I honestly think that the Ed guy has a decent voice, but Stephen Page has like
he's a very iconic
voice, and that's where it makes it hard. When you're like, oh well, what are the Bare Naked Ladies about Stephen Page? It's like, in my opinion, kind of fuck all.
Yeah.
Like,
no, 100%.
That's not the Bare Naked Ladies. Like, I went and saw Supertramp when I was like 15 years old without the main singer. I thought I was seeing Supertramp. I didn't realize the band was broken up. The main singer that I'd recognize his voice wasn't even there.
Yeah.
So then you go and you watch them live and you're like,
what the fuck
that's not Supertramp. I know all the songs. I know that's not the lyricist. And then I get older and I learned, oh no, it's a band that's broken up. You saw the other players play the instruments.
I was super lucky. Right before Stephen Page left, I didn't even like the Bare Naked Ladies at the time because I was a kid.
Yeah.
And I had an ear infection at the time. My mom and her friends had tickets to go see the Bare Naked Ladies. One of them had to bail for whatever reason. They're like, you want to come see them? I was like, no. Like, I hated it. I was sitting down in my seat. I had an ear infection, but I still remember the fucking show to this day because Stephen Page was there, and it was such a good experience, even as a kid
who didn't want to be there.
Who didn't want to be there. I was like, wow, these guys are
really good.
Yeah, exactly. And then it totally changed my mind. And I'll never forget that. And it was like the last tour they ever did was Stephen Page, and I was like a little kid.
So that's more epic than my story, but I have a story somewhat similar, not quite as similar because I feel like Elton John still plays a little bit, but like not as much as he used to tour. But like when I was in, I want to say maybe middle school or something like that, one of the first concerts I went to, my dad, called into the queue. Hey, you got, or maybe not the queue. You had to call in to get tickets at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And they would basically just like, you just never get answered, so you never got the tickets.
You call in or camp out is basically
But I ended up, hey, call in to get these tickets, and fucking he got an answer. He's like, I'll take 4 tickets to Elton John. Yeah, I don't care what the price is. I'll fucking take 4 tickets. So me, my sister, my mom, and my dad, and my sister and I must have been like 11 and 13 or something like that, went to an Elton John concert at Save on Foods. Wow. And was an amazing show, but had I been an adult, it would have been a lot more enjoyable because being a 3-hour show with 2 hours of piano, like,
and by the end,
freestyled,
you wanting
every
to get
song,
out of there, you're a little kid.
We're by far, my parents are in their 40s or maybe early 50s at the time or whatever, like, everyone else
your
is
mom's
50s,
sucking
60s,
guys
70s.
Off in the bathroom.
She's trying to suck Elton John's cock from the fuck.
She's the biggest groupie there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And no, but it was just one of those things that, like, in the aftermath, you're like, oh no, the beautiful part was the fact that he wasn't just doing the song.
My mom gave some guy a blowjob in the bathroom.
So that we could watch Elton John be a fag on stage. That's why it was so beautiful. My mom sucked every guy's dick so I could watch a grown man dance. I had my arms waving like this just so I could see some fag from England dance around.
My mom's getting laid.
He's just dancing around. He's got beads on. He's got ribbons. His 4-minute song is now 9.5 minutes. He's jerking off on stage. He's playing piano with one hand.
And that's when your mom rushes out on stage, power slides, right into Elton John's penis with her mouth open.
Oh, I thought you meant she rushed on stage and was saying "Closer to the Heart" and it was
That's
closer
not,
to the
that's
heart.
rushed. Oh, I get
Got
it.
rushed on the stage.
Holy shit, I'm stupid.
Man, I got that double.
Hold me closer. Didn't happen. Not real.
Never had a mom.
Never had a mom. Never had a dad.
Hold me closer, tiny dancer.
What are we doing, Nick?
The fuck is this? I don't know, dude. Shane.
It's only fucking 4:45.
I know,
Holy shit.
Where the fuck is Jordan at?
I don't know. Call him. Kill him.
Does he work until the end of time?